Oh, good evening, everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 8th. It's the monthly meeting of the planning board. If everyone could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right, first item on the agenda is Rivendale Woods Subdivision, 227 Causeway Street. They would like to go ahead and start some houses, but they would need to get a bond to do that so that we can make sure that the road goes in. So if, Mr. Farias, is that?
Yes.
Faria? Okay.
Yes. Faria. So my name is Ronaldo, and Ronaldo Faria. I'm the one in charge on the subdivision, the Rivendale. As I don't know if the board know, I bought the site as the approval already. So we just transferred documents from the original approvals. I'm just continuing the project. And as this project, I mentioned to Camila, it's we're doing this as a family purpose. So that project's gonna be done so my sister, my aunt, and we're gonna be living on the site. We're doing it as a family. So I just want to let the board know.
Well, that's lovely.
All right, and I'm going to let Melissa go through. So basically, when we do a subdivision, part of it is that we have to make sure that it gets completed. And so to do that, we would typically have a bond, and
Sure.
Melissa can run through that. That just covers the town in case you win the lottery, decide to go off to Florida for the rest of the year, and don't get it done. So
Yeah.
if, Melissa, you could run through that, that'd be great.
Sure, we put together a bond estimate and a letter for the board and just kind of covered what has been completed to date, which is the water main installation. We witnessed pressure and quality tests, or the DPW did actually witness the tests. They moved the stone walls at the site entrance and rebuilt them, and then put down the processed gravel for the roadway base. So that's what's in today. They still have the rest of the roadway, the drainage, lighting. And so our bond estimate is based on what's left with the contingency in there of 20%. So we're recommending $361,000, the bond to be set at.
Okay. And then upon completion, before occupancy of the homes, there was a couple of other conditions that had to be met. So you had some trees, but, I understand that would be at the end
Yes.
of the project. Typically, you'd be selling them, so on that one, but that's up to you, how
Sure.
you handle that. We would need those to be taken care of at the
Right, there was a couple things in the initial application for the waivers of sidewalk and
Fire call boxes,
communications.
right.
And those payments are to be made before occupancy permits are granted, but,
Right.
Okay.
So for us, this is standard practice.
Okay.
Years ago, they had a subdivision that went in, and it didn't get finished, and so the town made sure we're just covering ourselves, so. So I have no issues with that. I guess, is there any discussion from the board? Right, I make a motion that we approve the bond estimate for 227 Causeway Street.
Second.
All right, motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to Millis.
Thank you.
All right, and now being 7:40, or almost 7:40, we have, I thought Ted was coming.
I did too.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we can go ahead and do it anyhow, even if he's not here, although we are early. He's got 5 minutes.
You can do, if you'd like to, you can jump to the Woodside Montessori School, because there's no one
Sure.
coming for that, and it is, it's in your packet.
Yep, okay.
The request for the waiver of site plan approval.
All right, let's just do that.
So you can just take a look at that, and you can vote on that if you'd like.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, it's 10 now. Well, we've already gone
Yep,
into that.
this won't take long.
I have to find it. Yeah, no, that's not it. Okay.
It's this from Christine Monahan.
Yeah,
LLC.
no, I got it right here, okay. All right, so Woodside Montessori is going to do some interior renovations, and the building commissioner wanted us to review to see if there needed to be any site plan approval. And do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
I can read it if you'd like.
And so they sent us this letter explaining what was going on, so if you could read that, Nicole.
Okay, Mr. Nichols, Chair, Town of Millis Planning Board. Dear Mr. Nichols and members of the Planning Board, I'm writing on behalf of Woodside Montessori Academy, located at 350 Village Street, to request a waiver of a site plan review pursuant to Section 13C3. Woodside Montessori recently expanded to an approximate 490 square foot addition. As a result, the school has experienced some challenges with storage and special needs at the main office from ongoing COVID testing. The school is proposing to renovate the main office to create a better workflow for the administration. As part of the project, Woodside Montessori would like to convert part of an unconditioned attic space into a functioning and flexible work studio. If budget allows, the school would like to introduce dormers to allow more natural light into the newly finished work studio. This project is mainly an interior renovation with minor exterior alterations. The occupant load will not increase, nor will there be changes to the building footprint. The goal for this project is to create efficiency and enhance the learning experience with flexibility that can adapt to an educational model of the school. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me with any questions, or if you would like me to provide you with additional information. Thank you kindly, Christine Monahan, architect.
All right, so basically, there's no change to the site, there's no change to the, to the occupancy, parking. So I think, my personal opinion is that we can just grant them the waiver of site plan review. Any discussion from the board? All right, I make a motion that we grant waiver of site plan review for 350 Village Street.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, great, passed unanimously. All right, and now, it being close enough to 7:40, we will go back to Regency at Glen Ellen. And Ted, so you're a little early. What we'll do is, no, go ahead, you can have a seat. We can just get you in and out.
Okay. So I am here for two separate issues, and I'll take the slightly easier one first. The walking path that has been constructed and is in use throughout the site has one portion of it that is poorly drained. And I'm coming to you to request that we relocate the path slightly, call it 15 feet uphill, reroute people just to keep them out of the wet area of the path. This also required an approval from the Conservation Commission, which I appeared before them last night. They didn't have a problem with the relocation, but as you are the approvers of the original path, figured I would ask you as well.
That sounds good. The only comment I'd make on that is, I have actually walked it. At the very beginning of the path, if you guys are, since you're relocating it, do you think you could take some of the lumps and bumps out of it? It was a little rough when I went through. The gang went through with the back of the backhoe and back dragged it, and that was about as close as they got. I understand it's a walking path, but the first, 200 feet were, it doesn't have to be a golf green, but it was a bit bumpy.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Any discussion from the board on that? All right, I make a motion that we approve the minor modification of the relocation of the walking trail.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great.
And the second item is in a similar area where the public parking area is that accesses the walking path. There is some, I'll call it shallow drainage on Orchard Street where the road's very flat. There's a part of the road that ponds occasionally when it rains. We are suggesting that we add a 2x2 gravel trench or stone trench on the shoulder of the parking lot to help alleviate that drainage. Don't think it's going to be 100% fixed, but we do think that it will help the situation. So I'm coming to you to request that we are able to do that.
Was there any thought of, because it does pond uphill of that also, was there any thought of being able to do a little bit on that also?
Uphill of the parking lot
Yes.
and create another
Well, just
gravel
saying
trench
that
on the uphill
little
side.
gravel trench. The question on that would be, because I happen to live around the corner, so I know it does puddle up in that area. I think if you guys could maybe do something similar, doesn't have to be extensive, but I think that might be a good idea. And I understand over time, it'll probably fill in, but I think at least if we make an effort.
I think we can do that, yes. Again, it may not solve it 100%, but we're
Yep.
willing to
Okay.
give it a shot.
Right, and this was also reviewed by Beta. They took a look at it for us. All right, any comment from the board? Okay, all right, I make a motion that we approve the drainage modification at the public trail access lot with the additional strip uphill of the parking area.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Good, thank you, appreciate it. All right, and the
I was
next
gonna say, do you
item,
wanna just let us know when you're,
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it thaws out before we do
Yeah.
it, but yes, I will.
okay.
you don't want the challenge?
Well, thanks.
All right, good, thanks again.
All right.
7:50 a.m. Form A application, approval not required plan, lots 5 and 6 Blueberry Lane. That was withdrawn by the applicant, so we're not going to be dealing with that today. And we can actually go ahead of time. 808 Main Street, McDonald's Restaurant is, yep, okay, if you want to come on up.
Just sign it on the clipboard.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Daniel Allen, Bowler Engineering, field change request, a change in roofing material, and we're going to endorse the site plans while he's here.
Yep, you're up there.
Yep. Do you want to walk through it, Dan, please?
Yeah, I've got hearing boards. I'm not sure if they're necessarily needed if you guys have the 11 by
Well,
17s.
why don't you put them up just so
Okay,
that people
cool.
can see
Yeah,
it
no
if you don't
problem.
mind. Yep, that'd be great, thank you. And Camille, where does he need to put them so they can see? In front of the TV
Maybe in
set?
front of the TV, right up
Yeah,
there.
right in front of the TV would be good, yeah, perfect. You literally probably could lean in front of the TV if you want to go easy.
Yeah, you can even, see if we just rest in front of the TV.
Oh, yeah,
How much
okay.
is mine? I think the camera focuses on that anyway.
Yeah, maybe we were too tricky.
No, yeah, take the clicker and put it in front of it.
There you go.
See if that helps. Hold it up.
All right.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right, my name is Dan Allen, here with Bowler Engineering.
Just careful you don't trip over that. Hit your foot.
Good call.
And you can hold the microphone if you want.
so
We're
the
making you
people
work
at
for your
home.
money. You're working for it.
It's all good.
Just so the people at home can hear you.
Is this good enough? Do I just stand
I
here?
think so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yep, so here today regarding the McDonald's project, the redevelopment that was recently approved at the December planning board meeting. Since the approval and everything, the operator was wondering if he was hoping he might be able to change the kind of shingle mansard material from shingles to kind of a single seam metal roof. Talking to the department, they said a field change request would suffice for that, and it's really, seems like a simple material change there, and kind of really just here to answer any questions. The operator's really just kind of, I think, looking at long-term maintenance-wise, might be a little easier and better suited preferred by him with the single seam metal roof compared to the shingles. And I know that that single seam metal was kind of similar to the Needham Bank, like that portion of like the entrance there was kind of what they were looking to potentially switch it with, so. So this is the shingle that was originally approved, and not really much change other than the single seam kind of shown here.
Right. No, I think the only concern we ever had was the fact that we wanted it to look, it was the shape of the roof, that,
Yeah.
the material itself, it's gonna be a dark colored roof, and,
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, is, that perfectly acceptable. I think it'd be actually a little nicer, so. Any comment from the board?
Are any of the dimensions changed?
No, nope, really, just the materials.
So one more, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
go ahead.
You mentioned the color, so the scheme is relatively the same?
Yeah, it's gonna be the same exact color tone.
Perfect.
All right, good. Nope, I don't know, anyone have any other questions? No? I make a motion that we approve the field change for change of roofing material for McDonald's restaurant at 808 Main Street.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And if you would vote on endorsement of the plan, you can sign them, and then Dan can take them with him and return the copies.
All right.
Endorsed copies.
I make a motion that we approve the site plan, approve 12/14/21 again.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Do you want us, we can do that now if you
Yep,
want.
just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cover page right
All
there,
right.
that would be great.
We're gonna take a quick minute to go sign the plans. Okay. All right?
And if you would just sign and date.
Okay. Yep. Just check. Of course. Means I gotta get up.
Just the cover page?
Just to go,
Yep.
right here, look at that.
You would just, and sign on your line, Mayor and clerk have a line, and then date. And Dan, if you could make copies,
Yep.
I just need two of the full-sized, 511 by 17.
Gotcha.
Cool. That's it.
Easy enough.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
We're all done.
I think you're done.
So, why don't we let you go?
Fastest moving.
So, right in the date endorsed, today's date, I already wrote the approval.
Are we touching an endorsement as well, or is it just,
I'm sorry?
is there something else we have to sign?
Just the cover page. Yep.
So we're good.
And Dan, I'll get a memo to you on the dealership.
Perfect, thank you.
Oh, wow, we don't usually get a lot of people that just want to come unless there's something come tonight. Drive, walk carefully up there.
Good night, Melissa.
Oh, nice.
How you feeling, Gary?
Yeah. It's subsiding.
We are approval of minutes. We're up to approval of minutes.
You're gonna do
Which one?
just the.
Oh, that, yeah, I'll do that too. So I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the minutes from January 11th, 2022.
Second?
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys.
Have a good night, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna run through the monthly,
Okay, wait, you approve the minutes?
I did. We are super efficient.
You are getting ahead of me.
All right, and I'm gonna quickly go through, we have our monthly update on development on projects. Anthology at Millis Dover Road Residences, they are feverishly building that. The roof is on in some areas, and looks like they got about 2/3 of it pretty much framed up. Regency at Glen Ellen, they're continuing to build additional units in over there. 617 Therapeutics, they're still fitting out the building. That's the old, across from where the Bada Bing's was. They're fitting out that building, because I know the sprinkler company was in there, because I met some of the guys. So that's underway. GTE is 1480 Main Street. That one is still ongoing. Adversa Wellness, we haven't heard anything from them recently.
They're in the process of filing.
Okay.
I haven't received it yet.
Okay.
I think they will be filing.
114 Union Street is still sitting. Woodlands is still sitting. That's the one up by, up off of,
Cottage Ave.
yeah, Cottage Ave. 232, 248 Main Street. I don't know what's happening on that. Basically, that, I think, is still ongoing. 7 Water Street, the DPW building is done. They're actually gonna have a open house at some point in time, to be determined, but it is substantially complete at this point in time. Sparhawk Academy is still going. They've got that building together. They did some site work on that. 1344 Main Street, that was a bunch of townhouses. I think that's still ongoing. Emerson Place, I think they haven't done anything since. That's basically, they cleared it, they roughed out some of the roadways. That's the one off of Ridge Street, and that's sitting for the winter, I think. 1178 Main Street, Hammond Lane. Water and sewer extension permit was granted for 17 units of residential development at the Select Board 628 meeting. Okay. 808 Main Street, we just approved again. That's the McDonald's, Bigelow's Farm Solar. That is,
In your bylaw books.
that's in our bylaw book, so that's all been approved. And then the other thing is, in the last meeting, I skipped over a couple of ones, but we went through Millis is applying for funding for the town center redevelopment through the state's Community One Stop for Growth program, which consolidates 12 grant programs into a single program for economic development. We'll be looking for grants to help us 5 redevelopment areas in the next few years: planning, zoning, public transportation, building renovation, the Lansing Memorial Depot, and infrastructure. Additionally, we will be looking at rezoning in the area to meet the MBTA multifamily housing requirements. There are a lot of details and even more grants involved with this. We brought that up in the last meeting, where they're looking to do some changing in the bylaws, so. And I think that was it. So, unless, yeah, I'm not gonna read, that's for us, that's, yeah.
Everyone's information.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about that afterwards. Basically, it's, well, we can talk about it now. Our lawyer, for the town, there was a ruling on, quorum. So you should read this, because they decided that, the quorum is stricter than, what people would originally think. So we'll take a bruise to this, but really doesn't have anything to do with,
It's just for your information.
right.
All right,
So,
thanks.
okay.
Can we set an April meeting? We have March 15th as our next meeting. And if we could set one for April, that would be good. And the first Tuesday is the 5th, the second Tuesday is the 12th.
Well, then have anything. Anyone have any preferences? Want to do the second?
When is town meeting?
April 5th, you mean, or the, town meeting is May.
I know, but do we
I'm
have,
not sure which, I
they
don't
don't
know,
have a date yet?
I don't know the date yet. I know the warrant opens the 14th and closes on the 28th of February.
So we're gonna have a meeting before town meeting or after?
Well, we'd have one in
We'll
April.
have one in March and April.
Okay.
Yeah, so, 12th, sound good?
April 12th?
Fine.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
And the next meeting will be March 15th, and that's when we'll have our public hearing on the 2 proposed bylaw amendments.
Great.
Yep. All right, well, unless anyone else has anything else, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Thank you.
Sorry it wasn't very